Welcome to Real Issue Podcast. I'm your host, Martel Llewellyn. Guys, if you are a Miami Heat fan, continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support. If you're an NBA fan, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for all the support. So the Miami Heat will be facing the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. We have another trilogy, and there's a few things that I want to highlight getting into the series. So looking back last year in the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Boston Celtics, I think that the Miami Heat, we can't afford to come out to slow starts. I think that the Miami Heat definitely have to dictate the pace of the game and the physicality. I think looking back last year, you can definitely see when the Miami Heat came out to slow starts, they lost those games. They have to come out being aggressive and they have to be locked in defensively. Also, too, I think it's really going to come down to matchups. So, guys like Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry coming off the bench, Kevin Love, guys with experience. I think it's going to be a huge key in this series, especially with Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry. These are guys who've been in big moments. These are guys who have played in multiple Eastern Conference Finals. They've played on the biggest stage. We're definitely going to have to rely on them in this series. Also with Jason Tatum and Brown, I think that we have to force them to definitely take tough shots. We know that they're going to get their points. We know that they're going to get to their spots, but can we make it as difficult as possible for them? Also, too, with Brown, I think that we have to definitely force him to dribble. Last year, we saw how Victor Oladipo was stripping him, ripping the ball from him. We have to force him to try and do too much almost. We know that both of them, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're great players, but especially Brown, force him to dribble the basketball, especially crowd him, trap him, try to make it a little bit difficult for him. Same thing with Tatum. Force him to make tough shots because Tatum, he's a very streaky shooter. There's some days where he's lights out, and then there's some days where he can't hit a shot. So I definitely think that we have to make it tough on those two. Now with Jimmy Butler, we all know that Jimmy Butler is going to lead the troops, but in terms of that first quarter, Jimmy Butler is definitely going to have to be aggressive. He's definitely going to have to set the tone. I think that's huge. Any game where Jimmy Butler comes out setting the tone early, I think we always win, and the Miami Heat benefit from that. Bam Adebayo, I think that Bam Adebayo is the best big man in the series. He's definitely going to have to lead the charge with that, especially with no Tyler Hero, no Victor Oladipo, guys who can create. This is a series on Bam Adebayo. Remember, Bam Adebayo was the one who ripped his jersey at the end of Game 7 last season. I'm hoping that he's going to get his revenge. He's really going to have to put in that work, and it's going to be difficult because Al Horford, Robert Williams, they're very skilled big men, great defensive big men. They definitely know how to use their body in the post. They're definitely going to try and trap Bam Adebayo in the paint. So his job is not going to be easy. But once again, Bam Adebayo, he averaged 20 and 10 this year, two-time All-Star. He's the one that said that he wants to be remembered as one of the greatest Miami Heat players. He's the one that said that he wants to be a great Miami Heat player like Dwayne Wade, Alonzo Mourning, and all those other Miami Heat legends. He's going to have to set the tone. Same thing with the role players. I think Kyle Lowry, like I said earlier, huge X factor. He was our big move. He's the one getting paid $90 million. I think that he's played great in the playoffs. He's going to have to come out and be aggressive. He's the one that's going to have to set the tone, set the charges, get those fouls. He's definitely going to have to set the tone. Kevin Love, I think that he's been great also too for the Miami Heat with his rebounding. I think rebounding is going to be huge in this series with Al Horford, Robert Williams. They have a very skilled big man rotation. So overall, with Kevin Love spreading the floor, that's going to be huge. Duncan Robinson, Max Strus are three-point shooters. I'm hoping at least one of them can be hot each game. We're definitely going to have to rely on their floor spacing and their three-point shooting. I think that the Boston Celtics have a very skilled offense. Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin, I think they're going to be huge as well. Gabe Vincent's going to have to be able to lock in defensively, hit his shots as a starting point guard. Caleb Martin, we all know that he's a great Swiss Army knife in terms of he can defend. He's athletic. I think we're definitely going to have to use him on Tatum and Brown defensively. And overall, like I said, I think that the Celtics are a very well-rounded team. I think that White and Brogdon are going to be huge X factors for them. But overall, I think that the Miami Heat could possibly pull it out in 6 or 7. I know that, ESPN is going to be counting us out, and I don't blame them. The Miami Heat, they're an 8th seed. The Boston Celtics, we're pretty much projected to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals from the beginning of the season. I will say we can't doubt this Miami Heat team, and Jimmy Butler definitely proved that. But the Miami Heat will definitely have to lock in for this victory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe as we continue to push to 2,000 subscribers.